Data privacy also is another challenge that AI also is bringing. Um, we have seen how big tech companies like Toshiba and other big tech companies, how they were hacked. You know, thousands, millions of accounting informations have been removed from them, from their bank accounts. Especially in my country, I can give an example. In my country, we have the Ministry of Finance, the central banks. They were hacked hugely. You know, we have this West Africa something data privacy protection something. They came in and then sort out these things. But initially, it was difficult. But these things were not there previously, because previously things were being done manually. You know, so you don't have this data privacy issues. But now this data privacy issue when it comes to AI and these things have created havoc, especially for us accounting professionals, because we deal with numbers, we deal with money, you know, we deal with finances here and there. Not only our finances, but then finances of our clients and so on. You know, so now let's look at the trends of AI and these emerging technologies. Let's go back to the 80s and 90s. Okay, to the 80s and 90s, we had accounting. But do we have anything of QuickBooks, for example? No. Blockchain? No. We are seeing this thing now. We had the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution came with a whole lot of new technologies, new ideas of doing things here and there. But then these were trends, you know, from inception stage to now the final implementation stage. Now, I don't even have to be an accountant to do accounting job, honestly, because these systems are automated. Like, for example, the QuickBooks, Microsoft 365 Dynamics, you know, Semaphore, Swift accounting. So all these things now have created a way whereby us as professional accountants, we don't need just to go to the office, sit, do some accounting work, you know, bala, 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 punching numbers. No, we don't do numbers anymore. What we need to do is to direct this accounting information, input the accounting information correctly for us to have our desired results. Yes, so now let's bookkeeping back in the days and automations. Like I said earlier, bookkeeping back in the days is just done by a few accountants. All right, it's no more the business as usual thing. Nowadays, a bookkeeper, I can never be an accountant, for example. I can still do bookkeeping. All right, it doesn't require an accounting knowledge to do bookkeeping now, but in the late 90s also. So that's why nowadays you see finance admin officer, just one person, because one person can do all these things at the same time. So always my advice to accounting students and then to accounting professionals is always develop your skills. How do you develop your skills? Learn new technologies as they come in. All right. When there's a new website that was developed, when there's a new application system, learn it, develop yourself in it. All right. You should not just say, okay, we are losing our jobs. We are not losing our jobs anymore. We are enhancing our job. All right. Looking at it, let's not take AI or these new technologies as something that come to take our jobs. No, they are here to to increase us in efficiency, you know, productivity, yeah, and then, you know, overall profitability of the organization. Yes, so we come to advisory services. Advisory services, then you need to have a one-on-one conversation with a client to do an advisory services. But now you don't need that anymore. I can be in China and you are in the Gambia. I can look at your books, your transactions, and then give advice. You know, so gone are days whereby I need to be in a particular hall for us to do this together. No. Now you can be in China, I can be in Indonesia, somebody can be in West Africa. We can have a Zoom call, a Zoom meeting, and then do an advisory service. Like I said earlier, also workflow and efficiency in AI. So AI have increased our workflow. What's supposed to be 20 minutes now is 2 minutes. You know, so it has created that also that efficiency part. So talent. So how do accounting students,
So AI
and
has
accounting professionals and accountants
increased
nurture
our
their
workflow.
talent in the
What's
era
supposed to
of,
be
of
20
AI
minutes now
and these
is 2
emerging
minutes.
technologies. What first we should do
So
is
it has
career
created
development.
that also.
You
That
did your bachelor's
in account,
that efficiency part. After a bachelor's, you did your
so
master's.
talent.
A master's, you did your PhD.
Do
You name it, all the
accounting
qualifications.
students. So
But
AI
then
has
accounting professionals and accountants, they come with their
nurture
own
their
talent
curriculum.
in the
What's
era
supposed
they
to
come
be
with their
own
of
20
AI
minutes now
and these
is 2
emerging
minutes.
technologies.
Academic.
What
So
first
what
we should
so
do is
it has
career
created
development.
that
Is to take this.
also
You
that
did your bachelor's
in
curriculum
account,
that efficiency
new
part. After a
guidelines,
bachelor's,
learn
you
them.
did your
So
master's.
talent.
A master's,
how
you did your
coming up.
PhD.
In this way,
You name it, all
obviously
the
it can
qualifications.
increase
So
our
AI has
accounting
professionals and accountants, they
increase
come with their
also
own
increase
their curriculum in the era.
supposed
They
to
come
be
with their
own
own
20
AI
minutes now
and these
is 2
emerging
minutes.
technologies.
New entry
What
point.
first we should
So
do is
it has
career
created
development. Is
that.
to
What I
take
always
this.
tell
You did your bachelor's
in
curriculum
accountants and
that efficiency
new
part. After a
guidelines,
bachelor's,
learn
that
them.
your
So
master's.
talent.
When you are an
So
accountant,
how
you did your PhD.
there is way
Some
more
accounting
it can
qualifications.
increase
So
our
AI has
accounting
professionals and accountants, they
increase
come with their
also
and I was doing
increase
accounting
our
curriculum in the era.
supposed
They
to
come
be,
with their
let's say,
own
start
of
20
AI
minutes now
and these
is
emerging
from
technologies.
new entry
What
point.
first we should do
So
is
it
career
has
development.
created
Is
that.
to
What I
take
always
this.
tell
You did your
management
bachelor's
in accountants
by
and
that efficiency
new
part. After a
guidelines,
bachelor's,
learn
that
them.
your
So
master's. When you are an
talent. So
accountant,
how
you did your PhD.
there is way
Some
more
accounting
it can
qualifications.
increase
So
our
AI has
accounting
professionals and accountants, they come with their
and
and
I
I was
was
doing
doing
accounting
accounting
curriculum. They come with their
let's say
own
and then
20
AI
minutes and these emerging
from
technologies.
new
And
entry
what
point.
first we should do is career development.
What I always tell
You did your
management
bachelor's
in accountants
by
and
that
efficiency
efficiency
part. After a bachelor's, that
so
when you are an
accountant,
there is way more
so AI has professionals and accountants, they come with their and I was doing accounting curriculum. They come with their own
and then
and these emerging technologies.
new
And
entry
what
point.
first we should do is career development. You did your bachelor's in accounting by that efficiency part. After a bachelor's, that when you are an accountant, there is way more so AI has professionals and accountants, they come with their and I was doing accounting curriculum. They come with their own
and then
and these emerging technologies.
new
And
entry
what
point.
first we should do is career development. You did your bachelor's in accounting by that efficiency part. After a bachelor's, that when you are an accountant, because there is way more so AI has professionals and accountants, they come with their and I was doing accounting curriculum. They come with their own
and then
and these emerging technologies.
new entry
And what
point.
first we should do is career development. You did your bachelor's in accounting by that efficiency part. After a bachelor's, that when you are an accountant, because there is way more so AI has you are sharing and I was doing accounting and then and these emerging
new entry point.
you did your bachelor's
As they
by
are
that
doing
efficiency part. You are sharing so now and I was doing and then
new entry point.
so now
As they are doing
you are sharing so now and I was doing and then
new entry point.
so now
As they are
you are sharing so now and I was doing
new entry point.
so now
As they are
you are sharing so now and I was doing
new entry point.
so now you are sharing so now and I was doing Exploring that aspect, that's the same thing you are exploring when it comes to the accounting profession. What happens in the US, what happens in the UK, these scandals, and what happens in Africa. Compare these things, know them, compare them, and then appreciate what you have. So on that note, I would like to draw the curtains here. If you have any questions, you are free to, like I said, this will be a very short presentation. If you have any questions, you can still, please, you can ask me. Back to the moderator, terima kasih banyak. So I will just allow them to ask some few questions.
Terima kasih, Dr. Osman. Thank you very much for such an inspiring keynote, I think. Now, it's time for Q&A, for question and answer. We still have around 20 minutes for question and answer. Anyone from this room who want to ask questions? Yeah. Okay, we have one question about in this room, Osman.
I can hear you. Question from who?
Yeah.
From me.
We have a question from
Oh,
this
okay.
room. Yeah.
Okay, please.
From conference room.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Dr. Usman Jello. Thank you for the great insight. And good morning for honorable lecturers and fellow participants. My name is Septiadi Putra Nugraha, student of Public Sector Accounting at the State Politeknik of Pontianak, Indonesia. It is a great honor for me to attend the second International Vocational Conference of Accounting Innovation. I truly appreciate the insightful presentation by Dr. Usman Jello about how AI and emerging technologies are transforming the accounting professional. Allow me to ask a question related to this topic. My question is, as a routine transactional, tasks become increasingly automated by technologies like robot process automation or RPA. What are their three most critical non-technical skills such as strategic thinking, communication, and ethics that an undergrad public sector accounting curriculum must emphasize today to ensure graduates are prepared to be relevant and value-adding professional in a highly automated, tax-driven government financial environment. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I look forward to hearing your perspective, Dr. Jello. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Can I respond maybe now, Mr. Moderator?
You can repeat.
Yeah, thank you so much. In my final conclusion, I said it, especially you young people like me who just graduate, like you said, you are graduate in the public sector accounting. Yeah. So back in Gambia, I was doing public sector accounting. I was head of finance for the water and electricity company in Gambia. So my advice, like I said earlier, is don't cage yourself. Don't cage yourself in one environment. All right. So try and learn what are the, like, for example, in the US, the way we do tax systems, the way you do it in the US tax system and the way we do it in UK, Gambia is totally different. All right. But then there are tools that they use to do their taxes. Like in the US here, they have SEMA4. SEMA4, you just put in your annual salary and then stuff and then send it. That's it. It does the calculation for you and everything and send it to you. In the Gambia, we have a website. In that website, you just go to the website, type your salary, press enter, it brings your taxes automatic. So in Indonesia too, you also have a different system. So if I was you, what I will do is to learn what is happening around other countries, around other tax system, because you have the US tax system, UK tax system, and us in Africa. These are totally different. So what you also do is continuous. Don't be in a haste in any way. You are, like I said, you are done with your bachelor's. Start fresh from somewhere. Don't say, oh, I like the Wang Tunai, Wang Tunai, so I just want to be a manager. No, you have to start from like a manager, like a officer position, cadet position. You learn through the ranks to be what you want to be. But you cannot just from graduate and then you want to be a manager. No, you will not learn. Yeah. So my advice always is don't be in a haste. Take your time, learn the processes, learn the guidelines, and then you will definitely exist. So when it comes to, again, AI, again, is to explore what is happening in other countries, how they are doing things, like these latest scandals. Let's look at the Epstein files in the US. Go through it, the Pandora Papers. All those frauds are tax frauds. So you look at those ones, and then yourself, you try to see what you can improve or what you can, do for your own self when it comes to the Indonesian aspect. Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. Detailed in insightful answer, Dr. Jello. I really understand your points and your explanation give me a clear perspective on how to focus on developing the right skills to remain relevant and effective
Yeah.
in the future accounting profession. I truly appreciate your time and knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would like to. Yeah. One question from. Yeah. You right. Yeah. From Kosovo. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Mr. Osman, I really appreciate your discussion about AI. Okay, I question, how can we define the ethical boundaries of using artificial intelligence in academic context? Thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you. Yeah. Let me just answer that really quick. The ethical, you have a lot of ethical dilemmas, especially when using AI. Like I said earlier, we have privacy. Privacy aspect is one of the most serious things that we have to deal with when it comes to AI and emerging technology in accounting. Because accounting, what we do, we deal with money, we deal with numbers. So when it comes to HR, you deal with personal informations, the tax numbers, date of birth here and there. So what is the best practice is to have controls in place. These systems, they all have controls. HR, for example, the finance officer is supposed to edit X, Y, Z, and then the finance manager is supposed to override X, Y, Z. So if I'm a finance officer, I cannot see the salary of the rector, for example. If I'm a finance officer, I cannot see. So these systems, they all have it, but people don't implement it. So we have to have strict internal controls in place. Without these internal controls, you cannot be ethical in it. If you open your screen, the screen of your computer, and you see the salary of a rector, you will want to see it. Obviously, like human beings, we are curious. We just want to know. Okay, but these systems, they have all this in place. So one of the best things for ethical consideration is to have effective, efficient, strict internal controls in place in an organization throughout. If I'm supposed to see A, let me see A. If I'm supposed to see B, let me see B. And then that's it. So with those controls in place, these ethical dilemmas can be reduced, and then obviously it can be minimized to a very low level. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Operator, can you please help me? Can you please help me to check question from the chat box? Can you please? Is there any question from chat box?
Oke, siapa?
Alia.
No
Okay.
question. Somebody.
Test, hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Dr. Osman Jello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning to all ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alia Miranti, and I'm a 5th semester student majoring in public sector accounting. Before I deliver my question, I would like to huge thank to all the participants in here, and also for the speaker for taking me part of this conference. Here is my question, and still questioning about RPA. As a RPA, automates basic tasks like data entry and reconciliation. What specific new skill that we should most undergraduate accounting students learn from now to ensure that they remain valuable and employed after graduation? All right. Thank you, Dr. Dasman, for this opportunity. I truly appreciate your time and looking forward for your response. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, each country you have your own accounting body. In Indonesia, you have the IPA, which govern all accounting professions. But then I wanted to do it at some point, but I have my own standards back home. So like I said, these systems, we need to be ready for it. Ready for it is what you have to enroll in courses, in courses that are not even RPA. You enroll, for example, I did search. I did CFE, Chartered Fraud Examiner. So you have to think ahead. You know, how do you think ahead? Don't only learn what is in RPA and stop. No, go beyond the extra miles. Always make sure that you are ready. Learn new dynamics of things. Learn coding if you have to, because we have, for example, in Gambia, we have a system called IFMIS. IFMIS is an application system for all government employees. Do you know who developed those systems? It's an accountant. It's not a IT system developer. No, it's an accountant. He studied accounting, bachelor's, master's, and then did IPA. But then at the end, you know, he did Cisco. He did programming. You know, so that's the new thing. The new thing is more of you learning new skills every day, new skills outside accounting, contemporary studies. Like if you look at my research, for example, I started from employment, doing research on employment, research on sukuk, Islamic finance and stuff. And then now I do more of sustainability because I am going with the trend, go with the hot topics. And the hot topics nowadays is what is learning new things. For example, I can give you an example. If it's QuickBooks. Have you ever used QuickBooks? If you have never used QuickBooks, go through QuickBooks. It's free of charge. You know, most of their learning tools are free of charge. Go to the website, go to QuickBooks Learning, QuickBooks University. They have a university, QuickBooks University. Learn how they do things. You can be in Indonesia and have a job in the US here. You can be in Indonesia and have a job somewhere outside Indonesia because you know new skills. So I will say go through QuickBooks, go through Microsoft 365, Dynamics XR, learn them, and then obviously you will be marketable in the system. Because to be marketable, you really have to be diverse. You have to know X, Y, Z, and all those things to be a better accountant. Yeah, that's my advice for you and everybody else who really want to engage in the accounting profession. Those are the days when we just want to do numbers, crunch numbers. No. We don't do that anymore. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Osman. I'm truly glad to hear your insightful answer, and it really motivates me to keep learning and improving my skill. Thank you so much.
No problem. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Alia. We have still 10 minutes to go for this first key session. I invite one more question. Can you check a record from the chat box or somebody raise hand? The question from the chat box? No. Okay. The permission, can I also ask question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, Tolong.
Yeah. My question is, as you explained that AI now influences almost in every aspect of our life. I like to hear from you your recommendation for Indonesian vocational higher education, especially Politeknik in Pontianak, the county government. What should we prepare to face this challenge? Thank you. That's my question.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Indonesia is a very big country, mashallah. It's really huge, you know. You have a huge populations here and there, so it's difficult for you to take what is outside and bring it to Indonesia because you have it's one-stop shop. Whatever you need, you have it in Indonesia when it comes to IT, when it comes to accounting, when it comes to stuff. My main motive, my main recommendation will be the punishments when it comes to data breaches. You know, we have a lot of data breaches, like you are in an office, somebody snaps something and send it to a friend, and then it's online. You know, we have seen that when it comes to accounting information, when it comes to bank statements here and there. So most of the time, you know, is to also learn from the gurus. When it comes to the gurus, when it comes to accounting, will be, I don't want to say, but it's, you know, when it comes to the UK system of accounting, is amazing. It's really good, especially when it comes to the policies regarding AI. You know, policy regarding AI, they have PwC. PwC is in Indonesia, but PwC in UK, PwC in the US, they came together and then prepared some of these recommendations when it comes to AI. You know, they call it IPA, CPA AI. So these are very good recommendations that you can go through, read them, prepare yourself for the market. You know, prepare yourself for what is coming up next, because these data breaches will continue to happen. You know, so what you will prepare is, when this data breach happen, what can we do? next. All right, because it's a must. Data breaches will come, privacy issues will happen. So when those privacy issues happen, how do you tackle them? Countermeasures should be developed, because I've also seen the counter development methods are really weak in most of these countries. What they are focused on is how do we stop the problem? How do we stop the problem? But what about when the problem happens? What do you do next? So you start to think again. So now we should start to think in that line. To think the problems will happen, data breaches will happen. When it happens, what do we do next? So it's more of developing policies and regulations around that, working with the Indonesian professional accountancy body, and then academicians. They are really good. Some of them were in the profession. Now they are in the academic profession. And that's one thing I really like about Indonesian. You see a chartered accountant come in as a lecturer. You did and chartered accountant, the IPA, and then you come back, you leave the corporate world and then come back to be teaching, doing research and stuff. This is really amazing, and this is a trend that I really admire, when it comes to Indonesian accountancy profession. Yeah. That will
Terima
be it
kasih,
from me.
Dr. Usman. Thank you very much. Let's conclude our conversation. We still have around 7 minutes. Do you have something to say in your closing remark, closing statement?
Yeah,
Or
I
you go
just want to
next?
say thank you, thank you for inviting me to give my a little insight, kitchen, inside. It's not much and stuff. So well, aside from the topic, I miss Indonesia. I miss, the nasi goreng, the bakso and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, come. But then, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure for me to come and give my little presentation, and then for the university too. It's an amazing program. Public sector accounting. This is my first time seeing a public sector accounting as a field. Basically, I just see accounting, financial accounting, auditing, but to see public sector accounting as a whole field, like these students have said, it gives hope, to the university technique, of Jakarta there. But then I really want to encourage all the lecturers, also the Ibus, to just keep it up. Yeah, Indonesia is way ahead of a lot of countries. I always tell my classmates, you don't only know that until you go out. When you go out, you look back, you realize you are way ahead of, a lot of countries when it comes to when it comes to curriculum development, infrastructure, technology, you name it. So, and my advice also to the students is to believe in themselves, to have the confidence, semangat, and then be what you want to be. Yeah. So terima kasih, matersun. Yeah, thank you.
Terima kasih, Pak Usman.
Mhm.
Terima kasih, Pak Usman. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's conclude our first session today. Dr.
Thank
Usman,
you.
with your permission, we will proceed to the next presenter. Okay.
Amazing.
Terima kasih, Pak
All
Usman.
right. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, and all participants, we are going to move to proceed to the next presenter. My colleague committee, can you check that the second speaker is on our online Zoom right now? Yeah, we'll be live. Okay. Now it's in our Zoom right now, now screen. Okay, hello, Bumila, can you hear me clearly?
Hello, Mr. Wahyudi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bapak Ibu, all participants and all ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move directly to our second keynote speaker. And the second keynote speaker is Ibu Dr. Mela Yantiana. Terima kasih sudah hadir. Thank you for being online. Bu
You're
Mela.
welcome. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Wahyudi.
Before Bu Mela deliver her presentation, I'd like to it's my honor to introduce our second keynote speaker. Yeah, our second guest speaker is Ibu Dr. Mela Yantiana. Ibu Mela is both an academic and also a practitioner of accounting. She is holding several prestigious professional designations from national and international institutions. That's really great. And Bunela is currently served as the head of accounting department at the Faculty of Economics and Business of Universitas Tanjung. And also, Ibu Nela is the chair of the advisory board of the Young Accounting Scholars Association, and the chair of the Indonesian Institutes of Accountant. Oh, it's wonderful, Bu Nela. Yeah, Bu Nela earned her doctoral degree from Universitas Airlangga, and she has a voice in both national and international forum like this, sharing her knowledge, her perspective, her insights in the field of accounting. Yeah, we also want to have Ibu Mela with us today, and today she will share her perspective and her insight on digital trust as new currency in public sector accounting. Okay. Now, before we proceed to your presentation, Bu Mela, I just want to make sure that can you hear us clearly?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, clearly. Bu Mela, for your information, you will have around 30 minutes for your presentation and 15 minutes for question and answer. Is it okay, Bu Mela?
Yeah.
Yeah, please join me in welcoming Ibu Dr. Mela Yantiana. Bu Mela, the screen is yours. Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Wahyudi, and lecturer and student stay in as offline in Politeknik Negeri in Pontianak, and our student and speaker, yeah, in online. Okay, let me presentation. The title of my presentation is Digital Trust as a Currency in Public Governance. Okay, today I'd like, may I share my presentation? Okay. Okay, can you see my presentation? My slide? Okay, yeah. Today I would like to explore how trust, not just technology, has become the new currency of accountability in the digital age. Technology can build a sophisticated system, yes, but can it truly build trust? That's the question this is my session to aim to answer. Okay. Yeah. Around the world, governments are racing toward digitalization. According to the OECD to 2024, more than 90% of countries have adopted digital finance system, a sign that digital governance has become a new global standard. In Indonesia, has a span, Sakti, and electronic governments electronic procurement show rapid digital transformation. Okay. The government has made significant progress in modernizing public financial management. This platform show that Indonesia is fully engaged in digital era, using technology to improve transparency, efficiency, control in fiscal operation. And however, the paradox become clear when we look at the Corruption Perception Index, CPI 2024. Despite advanced system and rapid digital adoptions, Indonesia's CPI score remains only 37 for below countries with strong public trust and institutional integrity. So here the real issue, okay, the real issue, but trust has Jotnas currency. Okay, the problem, the first problem, this is despite advanced system, Indonesia digitalization has not improved public trust. And the second problem is technology today grow faster than governance maturity. Ethical framework, data integrity standards, and transparency regulation still are lagging behind the speed of innovation. The problem, the last problem is CPI remain low. As a result, Indonesia low CPI score reflect weak cultures of digital integrity, where system exists but trust is still missing. Okay, and then you can see the the next understanding the issue why the digital transformation has not yet produced public trust. The first step to understand why digital transformation has not yet produced real public trust. What are the missing elements between adopting system and earning legitimacy? Yeah. And the second one is learning from global leaders. Then we will learn from countries as such Denmark, Finland, and Singapore. Nations that have achieved both digital transparency and high CPI score. Their experience will help us identify how governance, ethics, and public participation shape digital trust. Okay. The last is accelerating ethical digital reform. What Indonesia can do to bridge the gap between technology and integrity. Finally, we will discuss what Indonesia can do bridge this gap, how to move from digital efficiency to ethical digital governance, where transparency, accountability, and integrity become a part of nation digital DNA. And then in short, we already have a technology. What we need now is trust, and that trust will come not from machine, but from ethics and governance. This is the slide to see how comparison of CPI 2024 and digital transparency system across the countries. Yeah, we can see the slide. Denmark have a CPI index 90, okay. Finland 88, and New Zealand 85, consistently maintain high CPI scores. These nations have developed comprehensive digital transparency framework, including open budget, real-time fiscal statistics, electronic procurement system, and citizen accessibility data platform. This is more important thing. Their success show the digitalization is not just about technology, it's about how digital tools are governed ethically and openly. Meanwhile, Indonesia, how about Indonesia? Highlighted in red. Can you see? Yeah, this graphic is, the red one is Indonesia has implemented several key digital financial system like SPAN, Sakti, LKPP, electronic procurement, and SP4 and Lapor. This platform demonstrates significant progress in digital transformation. However, Indonesia have a CPI index score remained at 37, indicating that digitalization alone has not yet translated into stronger public integrity or higher trust. And then the chart, you can see the below right side, the left side. In 2019, Indonesia have score CPI score 40, but the last year, and rose back to 37 in 2024, according to Transparency International. These fluctuations show the Indonesia have, despite modernization, system upgrade, the country's perception of corruption has remained relatively stagnant. Okay. And then the next slide, the role of digital trust. This slide explains the foundation of digital trust, the very thing that determines whether technology truly improves governance or simply decorates it. Okay. It's built upon 4 essential pillars. The first one is transparency. When data is openly accessibility, you must know about transparency, but not naked, it's recommended transparency. Citizens can see where public money goes. Transparency creates visibility, and visibility creates accountability. And the third one is integrity. Integrity means the system follow unbiased accounting and reporting standard. It prevents political interference and ensure decisions are based on ethical principle, not personal interest. The last pillar is security. How about security to build the digital trust? Without cybersecurity, cybersecurity transparency can backfire. There's trust require assurance that public data is protected from hacking, fraud, or misuse. Okay. As a quote, as the bottom I say, without trust, digitalization is merely cosmetic innovation. This means that no matter how advanced our systems are, they will remain hollow if people do not believe in their integrity. And the five slides is public governance development. Bureaucratic control to ethical digital governance based on multiple international indicators, including the Corruption Perception Index. And then we can see the graphic. Okay, graphic. The governance level. The first governance level is 1.0, bureaucratic-oriented political model. Bureaucratic-oriented political model is the lowest of the level governance, hierarchy, control driver, bureaucracy, manual and paper-based administrative process, slow decision making, rigid procedure, minimal transparency, and limited citizen involvement. And the next step in governance 2.0 is bureaucratic reform, emphasizing efficiency, accountability, and performance-based management. Adoption of digital system for budgeting, procurement, and reporting. And typical countries like Indonesia, Thailand countries have implemented performance-oriented governance and digital system, yet remain largely managerial. Okay. Then and the next characteristic the third governance. Okay, 3.0, the public value collaborative governance. It means that government start engaging citizen, academia, civil society, and private sector in policy making. Focus shift from mere efficiency to public value creation and trust building. Typical countries like Japan and South Korea is that level in governance 3.0. Yeah, Indonesia showed a partially movement toward 3.0, mainly through SP4N, Lapor, Data Go ID, SPBE, yeah, like electronic governments, BRIN, yeah, inter-agency collaboration is main Indonesia status. Okay. However, these initiatives are not yet consistent. Nationwide and most participation remain centralized at the national level rather than institutional across local government. And the next step in governance level is governance 4.0, ethical digital governance. It's the good level from implement governance. Okay, typical countries like Finlandia, Denmark, and Singapore pioneer is in transparent, ethical, and technology integrated governance model. And how about Indonesia? Indonesia has not yet reached governance 4.0. You know, ethical framework, interconnectivity, and data protection mechanism are still developing, and digital integrity culture remain weak. The challenge lies not in absence to technology, but in absence of ethical convergence and institutional trust. Why GPI differ despite digitalization? Okay. Now that we have seen how governance maturity unfolds, this slide helps us understand why digitalization alone doesn't guarantee higher integrity or trust. In countries with high CPI score, such as Finlandia, Denmark, and New Zealand, the strength of governance lies not in how advanced their technology is, but in how independent and ethical their institutional are. Decision making is protected from political interference, and their audit framework are transparent and accountable. How about Indonesia? And then Indonesia have enforcement audit. Yeah, public can access like BPK. Yeah, we can access the report of audit in website official. Many open data platform exist, but their coverage remain partial. Some data are outdated, other remain internal. Okay. In essence, the gap is not technological, it's institutional. Digital tools exist, but the governance culture behind them is not yet mature enough to transport data transparency into public trust. Okay. The seventh slide is the gap from digital system to ethical system. Now that we have seen why governance maturity drives trust, this slide identify where the real gap lies. The issue is not whether Indonesia is digital, it already is. The issue is how digital systems are governed and practiced ethically. In high trust countries such as Finland and Denmark, fiscal and audit data are open to citizens, review publicly, and backed by strict integrity enforcement. Okay. Violation face strong sanction. In contrast, in Indonesia, data access remain partially restricted. Some systems are open but not fully interoperable or user-friendly. Sanction for integrity breach exist, but enforcement is inconsistent. Audit mechanism in high CPI countries are independent and digitalized. They operate in real time and are insulated from bureaucracy. In Indonesia, the process still relies on hierarchical approval and manual oversight with slow accountability. Furthermore, countries with high trust main clear digital ethic code that govern data usage and public communication. Finally, the culture distinct is profound. High trust country live by transparency cultures. Disclosure is the norm, not the exception. Meanwhile, Indonesia continue to operate within compliance cultures where actions are taken only when mandated. Okay, it's the strong recommended to enforcement the governance in public governance. Okay, the next slide, global best practice, how others build digital trust. Okay. After analyzing why governance maturity matter and where Indonesia ethical gap lies, let's now look outward at a country that have successfully transformed digitalization into public trust. Many advanced economy have adopted digital finance system, but what's it the high trust nation apart is not how advanced their technology, but how ethically they govern it. Okay. Yeah, this is 5 global success factor. Yeah, there are 5 global success factor that make digital trust sustainable. Okay, the first is integrated digital system. Integrated digital system, high trust nation ensure that fiscal budgeting and procurement data are seamlessly connected across government's platform. This integration eliminates duplication and reduce corruption, loophole, and enable real-time transparency. For example, Finland's Suomi.fi platform integrates the national procurement system with fiscal management and public data portal. This allows anyone from parliament to citizen to monitor spending continuously. Okay. The second one, how to learn about transparent governance model. The second one is institutional independent. It's a more important thing. Digital trust cannot thrive without institutional integrity. In high CPI countries, audit office and fiscal council operated independent from political pressure, ensuring unbiased oversight and credible reporting. Okay. The third is citizen-centric transparency. This is a trans depends when citizens are not just observers but participants. Just not observers but participants. Okay. The fourth is ethical and legal framework. Technology without ethics can lead to manipulation. Okay. That's why leading countries enforce clear digital ethics and AI governance principle to ensure fairness in algorithmic decision making. For example, Singapore model AI governance framework provide ethical guideline for public agency using AI in budgeting, auditing, and citizen services, emphasizing fairness, transparency, and explainability. Okay, the last factor is data security and integrity. Okay, in 9th slide, okay, Indonesia progress and challenge. How about Indonesia to implement the progress and to face the challenge? Indonesia has made significant strides in digitalizing its public finance management from budgeting to procurement to citizen reporting. However, technological progress alone doesn't guarantee trust. Let's look at the what has been achieved, what still hold us back. The first is SPAN and Sakti, integrated public financial system. Okay. This platform unified budgeting and treasury management under Ministry of Finance in Indonesia, increasing efficiency and traceability the state fund. They represent Indonesia's biggest leap toward a data-driven fiscal system. Okay, the second one is LKPP, electronic procurement. That's to make transparency government spending. The electronic procurement system minimize manual intervention and increase audit ability. Okay. The third is SP4N, Lapor, Citizen Engagement Platform. This Indonesia National Complaint and Feedback System, it enables citizens to report misuse or inefficiency in public services, a step toward participatory accountability. This is the good one. And the fourth is Open Data Portal. Indonesia has joined the global open data movement, making fiscal and policy data publicly accessible. They support evidence-based publicly accessible. This for discuss and what the challenge to Indonesia. Okay, the first is fragment system and siloed data. Many platforms still operate independently. Ministry and agency maintain separate database. This fragmentation limit real-time integration. The most important things is data integrations. Okay, the first challenge. And the second one is the challenge in Indonesia have weak cybersecurity and privacy gap. Digital financial system face increasing risk of data breach and insufficient data protection. Trust erodes when citizens doubt the safety of their information. And the third challenge for Indonesia, low citizen participation effectiveness. Yeah, like platforms like SP4N, Lapor exists, but engagement level remain low. Citizens often feel feedback doesn't lead to visible governance response. Okay. And the last challenge for Indonesia is Indonesia still lack unified ethically guideline for digital governance sets, AI use, and data handling and audit transparency. This gap hinders to shift from digital efficiency to digital integrity. This is a more important thing. In short, Indonesia digital transformation has achieved remarkable progress in system development, but not yet in system trust. As the saying goes, digital progress means little without ethical and trusted governance. And I think the last slide, what Indonesia must do to build digital trust. Indonesia has made remarkable progress in developing digital financial system from SPAN and Sakti, the modernized budgeting execution to electronic procurement that connect citizens with government's accountability. Yet the digital advance will not automatically translate into trust unless they grounded in ethics, openness, and public participation. And this is Indonesia digital progress into the trusted system. Currently, Indonesia is digital system operate effectively, but often in silos. SPAN handles treasury, Sakti manage accounting, electronic procurement, govern spending. Okay, and SP4N Lapor collect citizen feedback and complaint. This platform need to be unified into a single interoperable ecosystem, national fiscal dashboard, I think. And such integration would enable real-time monitoring of public fund, reduce duplication, and strengthen data consistent across ministry. Okay. And the second one is technology can accelerate efficiency, but without ethics, it risks becoming a tool for opacity. Indonesia must adopt globally recognized ethical standard like IFAC code of conduct and Intosai, okay, to govern digital finance and audit practice. And yeah. Okay, how about trust as a true currency? I think this the last slide, yeah. As we reach the end of my presentation, it becoming increasingly clear that the success of digital transformation in governance doesn't not depend solely on how advanced our systems are, but on how deeply they're grounded in ethic, transparency, and accountability. And digital trust is the new currency of public accountability. It cannot be programmed. It must be earned through transparency, fairness, and integrity. Okay, I think it's enough. That's all my presentation. I hope it's useful. Okay, back to moderator, Mr. Wahyudi.
And also discussion. I think for the first question, I like to invite participant from the room, from conference room. Yeah, Pak Zulham. We have Mike, we have one question from conference room. Can you turn kamera, bisa kameranya ke Pak?
Okay, be my pleasure.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Nela. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zulham Al-Farsi from Accounting Department. Thank you for your presentation. Please really enlighten my colleagues about our current government digital system. And please help me for my question. I do agree that digital trust is a currency for public to engage in public service using government digital system. But I have a question. How our government will public trust in the system with all the problem we have now? The problem of cybersecurity, lack of secure network infrastructure, because most of our government still using public network and data center, not dedicated technology as a whole. And the most is lack of privacy management awareness. Because in my opinion, current data of high engagement of public in government digital system only because it's mandatory, not voluntary. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Zulham. You can directly answer the question. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Julham. Okay, thanks. Your question is good things. And how about Indonesia to handle the digital trust is more important things about the cybersecurity. Yeah, you mentioned that cybersecurity, for example, high technology, but we hope the public can be trusted by the public governments. Okay, so I hope the governments have enforced in governance to make a digital trust and then make public trust to receive the service from governments. So like SP4N lapor in pajak, okay, public has participation to have a complaint for government to tax. I think it's good things from Indonesia governments to mitigate risk, but the cybersecurity I think Indonesia have especially ministry in information and communication, I mean Kominfo, okay, to recover the by hacker. So everything technology in government have protect by IT security system. Is it to answer?
Thank you, Pak Ilham.
Thank you.
Somebody is
Thank you, Mr.
raising
Johan.
hand in our Zoom. Ahmad Zaki. Hello, Ahmad Zaki. Can you unmute? Bisa unmute Ahmad Zaki?
Hello, good morning,
Yeah.
Dr. Nela Yantana.
Hello, Ahmad Zaki.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
Currently, I'm a public sector accounting student at Pontianak State Polytechnic.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. The material provided is very helpful.
Mhm.
Thank you for the opportunity to ask a question. I would like to ask, despite Indonesian rapid digital transformation through systems such as PAN, Sakti, and e-procurement, public trust remains stagnant. What underlying governance or ethical gaps might explain the technological advancement has not yet translated into improved public integrity?
Okay. Thank you, Ahmad, to ask me about how to Sakti. Okay, Sakti is a system for accounting management and financial management in Ministry of Finance. So have a lag. Okay, in implement because the data cannot access for public. So it's mean that have a lag about information and data the produced by Sakti just limited and public cannot access to data. But Indonesia have partially like information about audit from BPK, BPK, Badan Pemeriksa Keuangan. Okay, you can access the data audit report for all province in our countries. Okay, just implement partially, and Sakti is I think it's to use technology, can make a trust, but for public is not yet, I think. Yeah, but Ministry of Finance, just publish the financial reporting in their portal, official website. Yeah, I think it's information for public to access how to perform financial management in Ministry of Finances, I think. Yeah, this is Ahmad Zaki.
Yeah, thank you for your helpful answer. It just answered my question. I hope to see you again someday. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, be my pleasure. Yeah, see you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, Pak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, participants. Is there any question from this room? I invite one question from this room again. Or someone in, somebody's raising hand. Zaki 27, Zaki 27. Okay. Hello?
Zaki, I can see,
Okay. So please kindly introduce yourself. Yeah, before your question.
Is it your real name,
Right.
Zaki? I don't think
no,
so.
no. My name Muhammad
What's
Zaki Otamana.
your
That's my account. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry for that. Okay.
Muhammad Jackie?
Okay. Yeah.
Apaan?
Okay. Uh, okay. I'm quite nervous for this. Okay. Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name Muhammad Zaki Otamana. I'm from D3 Accounting. Okay. Oh man, what the heck? Okay. I did like want to ask ask about building digital trust requiring about structure and cultural information. Okay. How can policymaker balance the technical aspect of system integration? Okay, sorry, with the human demands of trust, value, and institutional behavior. Uh,
Mhm, mhm.
is is that
Okay,
clear or
okay. Jackie, yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah, it's interesting because this presentation to discuss about uh, how to technology have digital and have ethical to build the governments. Okay. Yeah, Indonesia have a good thing, I think, to implement governance of public governments. Okay, but have a lack about how to system from governments. Yeah, as a ethic like that. For example, the enforcement of law. Okay, we have technology but not accessible for public. Public has just a little bit information about case of in occurred, yeah, maybe, but yeah, I hope Indonesia have more transparency, yeah, about the enforcement of law. How about financial and accounting? Okay. Now, Indonesia have a good thing, I think, to publish financial reporting in official website in governments. Okay, but the public must to know which the uh, financial statement to impact for public. For example, implement technology like ESP4N and in tax. Yeah. Public can complain about the services in tax in this technology. But how about as ethical? Yeah, ethical technology is recommended. Yeah, for enforcement governance in public governments, I think. So yeah, I think it's just my answer to Jackie. Yeah, can you ask me again? Maybe not clear.
yeah, that's quite a clear one. Thank you for
Yeah,
the answer, Miss
yeah, you're welcome.
Daniela.
You're welcome, Jackie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have around 5 minutes to finish the this second session. I think I have privilege to have a question. Well, I am interested to your last presentation. My short question and your short explanation and idea about how do we translate digital trust in practice, and especially in accounting. We had, I think last year we had case Pusat Data Nasional, National Data Center is breached, hacked by somebody. How do you explain this for problem the public trust to cybersecurity? That's my question.
Pardon, can you repeat again the last statement? I cannot hear clearly.
Last year we had a case, Pusat Data Nasional is
Mhm.
breached. Yeah. So what about digital trust in this case? Yeah. How do you promote this one? So people, public will have trust to this kind of system, cyber security system. Is it clear?
Case, what kind case? Danantara?
Pusat Data Nasional, you know, yeah, case last year
Pusaka Nasional, Pustaka Nasional.
breached by somebody, hacked by somebody, by hacker.
Oh,
Yeah, Pusat Data Nasional is breached, yeah. Dijebol kan?
okay. Pusat Data Nasional, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's about integrity of data. I think, yeah. We all about worried about the technology adopted from Indonesia have manipulated data and have a hacker our data publics. I think it's more problem, big problem in Indonesia. So we must to protect it data with technology and with IT security system technology. I think, it's the new task or big task for Ministry of Information and Communication, I think. But maybe the last statement from me. Okay, the governance, public governance governments have enforced about 5 things governance. The first is transparency, accountability, responsibility, integrity, and fairness, I think.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you,
my
Dila.
last question.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our second session. But before we move to the next presenter, 1 or 2 minutes of closing statement, Ibu Nela.
Yeah, I just say the last closing statement. When the governments, government as a public sector organization, I think government have enforced governance and have 5 kinds of 5 elements for to enforce governance. The first is transparency and accountability, responsibility, integrity, and the last is fairness, I think.
Thank you very much, Ibu Nela. Close to Ibu Nela.
Welcome, Mr. Wayudi.
In this kind of forum. Ibu Nela, we are going to move to next session. With your permission, can we move to the next presenter? Thank you. Thank you, Ibu Nela. Bapak Ibu dari
Thank
gentlemen
you.
participant, we have finished the second session. Let's conclude our second session, and we are going to proceed to the next presenter. Thank you, Daniela, and we are welcoming Ms. Ika as
You are welcome, Mr. Wayudi, and
keynote speaker
the
today.
lecturer and student.
Bu Ika is in the room, so I think it's good to see you in front of the participant to sit here. Do you have something to do with technical thing with your computer? No? Yes. Okay, to the operator, before we start the next keynote speaker, it's my honor to introduce our speaker today, Ms. Ika Kurnia Indriani. Ms. Ika is a young and talented lecturer from the accounting department of Pontianak State Polytechnic. And Ika, academic interest focus on public sector accounting, right? Government finance and green accounting, sustainability accounting. One of her latest publication entitled Comparative Study on the Application of Green Accounting based on University Social Responsibility at universities in Pontianak. Ms. Ika holds a master degree from Universitas Canada, and her dedication to research has been recognized through a prestigious research grant awarded by DICTI, the Directorate General of Higher Education. Great, very wonderful. Along with her expertise and achievement, of course, we can certainly do that. The insight will be great for us today. You guys ready? Yeah. Today, Ms. will share her perspective and insight on big data analysis, developing financial resilience, the aftermath of COVID-19 pandemics, Indonesia's local government perspective. Okay, since Ms. Ika is ready, the floor is yours. Please. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the time for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody, for all of my colleagues, and then all my students in Zoom room, and for all the participants from around the world. Yeah, today is really interesting and big day for me because this is my first time as a keynote speaker at international conferences, especially the host of the international conference is my lovely Department of Accounting, Pontianak State Polytechnics. Before I started to share about my research journey, I want to say thank you very much for all of you, especially for the previous keynote speaker, Dr. Nela Yantiana, because she is my bachelor thesis supervisor. So I'm so proud of myself because I can, together with her, in one of the platform from Zoom, for Zoom of international conferences. So today I would like to share about my experience. This is experience for me because it's all about time. I spent 7 years to create something that really differs from others, from a previous research, especially for Indonesia's local governments. First, there are three. The main of the topic maybe you can mention in this presentation. First is big data. The second is resilience. And then the last is COVID-19 pandemic. The three of the main words that's really important for my research journey. So first of the background of my research. I'm Indonesian. Indonesia is the largest archipelago country with 7,000 islands across the Indonesia. And then we know it's really hard, the geographics of Indonesia. And then for the demography, we have approximately 2,000 million of the population. And Indonesia have the states of the fourth largest population in the world. And then the second of Indonesia situations is government structure. For the government structure, Indonesia applied autonomy as a mean of the financial management since 2001 with the 34 province and then 5,014 district or cities with the central decentralization. So with the Indonesian situation, geographic and demographics, I realized that big data is one of the important parts to make sure that it will be achieve financial resilience in the future. What is big data? Big data is a process of collecting, processing, and analyzing the large of complex data set. I'm accountant and I'm used to financial report of the local governments to represent this data. And the other hand, in government of financial, including the budget report, okay, the budget reports and tax data, health expenditure, and social assistance. So the data, it will be a represent of Indonesia's achievability and then the diverse economy. Start from the Sumatra until the Papua. Okay, what is the financial resilience? Resilience, it's mean the how the something that it how to bounce back after the setback situation from the hardest of the time and how the government can be stabilize the situation with their our source. For financial resilience, I try to describe in 5 point of view. First, when
Oh, ibu tak ada pakai itu ya?
the government will
Tak ada pakai mic.
First is financial resilience. It will be a rewarding system for the government to protect financial distress. It's really important. I will give you some of the chart, and we can see the how the Indonesia's local government on the financial situation now. And the second is regional cooperation. How the financial resilience can identify vulnerable, and the government will be more protecting their financials because they know about the real situation. And then the third, it will be the joint analysis. It's really important. The decision making is not only for short-term policy, but also how to create the long-term policy. And then the second, and then the fourth is policy insight. Indonesia has a little bit of problem based on the research. Indonesia creating a policy not use clear data. And the previous financial minister, primarily he talked about the how the government can make a good policy with the evidence, especially for the. And the last, for the 5 factors is transparency and accountability. The two words that always we are heard and learned. In accounting perspective, transparency is really important for government because it's all about trust. And then accountability is part of the responsibility how they are used the finance to produce a good program for achieving prosperity in the future. So this is my research background. The beginning of the journey as lecturers. COVID-19 pandemic is happening in Indonesia. I never thought it will be a really serious problem because more than 6 million cases happen in Indonesia. So I never imagined after 30 years life in Indonesia, I never imagined COVID-19 pandemic have a powerful impact for economy. First, how the government to allocate the more than 1,000 trillion rupees to cope the COVID-19 pandemics. And also, for the local governments has the impact for economic growth declining to minus 4.46% in third quarter. Before the COVID-19 pandemic happens, Indonesia's local governments has the four fundamental issues, especially the financial condition. First, lower financial independency. Autonomy does not have a big impact for the improvement in the financial independency. And then the second, the budget management systems just use financial just using the realization alone. And then the third, the local government have not sufficient budget to cope with unconditional situations. And the fourth, the local government does not have the appropriate proportion of public health fund. The four fundamental issue I found from the research start from 2022 until 2025. So I find this for the issues that really important to analyze more and comprehensiveness in the future. For the bar chart shows that proportion of realization central government transfer to local governments. We can see the 24 sample province in Indonesia in 2021. We can see that the graph shows that Jakarta is a province with the highest of realization of central budget. And then the second is Jawa Barat or West Java. And how about the other province outside of Java Islands? They are so lowest realization. So I can mention about that. Financial decentralization in Indonesia is not impactful for the financial independence because of the equitable of growing the financial realization for is the profits. And how about the expense, or we can say like in the Indonesia's financial report? Expense is equitable with the budget realization in the central government transfers. Jakarta is still have a highest the budget realization the budget realization in the expenditures for 2021 and 2020. And for municipal governments or cities governments in Indonesia, I have used 93 sample as a main of the observations. Based on the graph, we can show that the highest realization of the income and expenditures is Surabaya. Surabaya is one of the cities in the East Java. Big data is already used in this research. When I use this, I can see the really comprehensive situation about the Indonesia's local government situation for budget realization. And the second, how about the comparison about the own income and central government transfer realization? Still, Surabaya has highest profits with realizations, and the other cities or municipals is the lowest of the realizations. This is the sample from the district sample, especially in Borneo Islands. You can see that really fluctuations. First, we can see Kutai Kartanegara as the highest realization of budgets in 2019. This example is used before the COVID-19 pandemic happens in Indonesia. And how about Pontianak as our city centers in West Kalimantan? We have the lowest comparing with others of the district and the other of the samples. So the graph shows that really meaningful for me as a young researchers. The situation of Indonesia's local government financial resilience is not the easiest. And then I'm just comparing the theoretical framework from the other experts, not only from Indonesia, but also from top university in UK. First, I have inspiration from the Irvin Lee. He is a professor of accounting. He said something that I always remind on my research process. He said that the most important to improving the quality of the public sector is focused on what can they deliver, especially for the public health. He is focused on how to improve the quality of public health, especially the public situation. He's mentioned how the government can deliver the really important services with the best of the COPE strategy, the pandemic. And then the second, I got inspiration from the David Help. David Help is professor of accounting from Adam Smith Business School, University of Glasgow. He is one of the really famous public sector professor in UK. In one of the papers, he said that numerous countries worldwide have a problem with their budget capacity to deal with unexpected events, including Indonesia. We can see the graph, the previous graph that show that unstabilized of the budget realization. So what is events that really important to understand it? First is pandemics, of course, and then second, climate change, and the third is economic crisis. Economic crisis is the inflation. Thus, right now we have the many issues internationally. And then he said that this situation potentially increased contingent liabilities. Liabilities is one of the dangers for stabilize of financial for all government in around the world. For the second is Ileana Security. She is a professor of accounting and director of research at Essex Business School. She delivered 3 dimensions how to achieve financial resilience First is anticipatory capabilities. So second is coping capabilities and vulnerabilities. This dimension is already I assessed with the Indonesian local government perspective too. And then one of the experts from Indonesia's in one topic we told her, he is my lectures when I was studying at the University. He said that the financial condition of local government, there are three dimensions. First is financial solvency, and the second is financial independency, and the last is financial flexibility. The third of the dimension already I used maybe in the 10th orders that I published started from 2010 and until 2025. It's my big inspiration to reach the financial resilience based on his theories. And the last but not least is my professors from the Edinburgh Business School too. Iris Bosa. Iris Bosa is a public health accounting expert in Edinburgh Business School, and I got the theory from him is crisis management dimensions already have a previous advisor. First is monitoring, learning, decision making, coordinating, communication, and recovery capacities. I learned from his papers. The crisis management dimension focus on the how we can do action, take the action to cope with the really unconditional situation. And then for the research, for all of the research, why I love the reach of the members and use the large data to analyze the financial resilience. Maybe all the participants or colleagues or the student or participant around the world know these books, right? This is the very famous book from James Clear, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits give me the inspiration how we can to start the change for 1% every day to achieve remarkable results in the futures. So I just try to implement the perspective from James Clear to create atomic budget performance. Atomic budget performance is come from the income, expense, and debt. How coordinate all the perspective of financial to achieve resiliencies for the future. So I use the data to create the atomic budget performance from 2024 until 2021. Almost 1,000 data that I create to analyze the financial resilience of local government in Indonesia. And then this is one of the results that I always see that's why I can achieve this result from my research. I never imagined before because I use really huge data from the Indonesian province, but from 2015 until 2021. I analyzed every single data from every single samples, start from before the pandemic and until pandemic. The interesting finding is West Papua. West Papua is one of the biggest province in Papua Islands. The West Papua achieved the highest level of solvency from overall of Indonesia. And then this is the interesting finding for me. And unfortunately, for the biggest province like in Java, for like DKI Jakarta, West Java, Banten, Central Java, they are not have a good point for financial condition index. So maybe you can see that all the process that I use to achieve the financial resilience as on the research projects. How about the future research? Yeah, the research is not finished. I really have a big responsibility because I got the research grant from the Ministry of Higher Education to create a new the financial resilience data. Right now, I have to finish the research project analyzing 6,000 financial data from around Indonesia, started from 2010 and until 2022. So it's really big data for me. And then the result of financial resilient analysis, I will develop crisis management dimension based on the information. Research, future research, it will be really challenging for me because how to achieve a validity for every single data can represent the local government financial condition of Indonesia. And then I want to tell you about the research problem. The research is starting from 2020. There is many stuff that I haven't had in the past, and I've already published 20 papers in national journals. And every single assessment that I always use that represent how local governments, the financial condition, and how to achieve financial resilience. And 2026, it will be important part because I need to develop a financial and crisis management as the milestone for the next of the levels. Okay. There is the financial challenge. I realize as a researcher, as a young researcher, data is really important because it represents how I can deliver research output with high quality. But I need to realize that financial challenge after the COVID-19 pandemic is not big data analysis. It will be little parts to help Indonesia build resilience. Resilience is really connected or achieve prosperity in the future. The big data analysis help Indonesia financial resilience through turning massive and fragmented financial data into actionable insight. Yeah, actionable insight is really important for Indonesia. Execution is more important and enable to local government to recover faster, to prepare about the future crisis. And the second, big data analysis for financial resilience is key driver. Is a key driver of prosperity. Yeah, prosperity to achieve in the futures. Indonesia is emerging countries. The government is already hard to make a good program to achieve the prosperity in the futures. And then for Indonesia, the stabilize of economics is really important because the government budget is a key driver of economics development. And I mentioned the other challenges that need to understand or to all of the researchers in the future is climate change. Yeah, climate change. Indonesia located in the ring of fires. The highly exposed of the floods and forest fires and rising sea levels. Yeah, it's happened now. And then this disaster can disrupt economics, especially for public revenue, infrastructure, and public services. And then the third, local government as a regulator needs to spend more budget to respond to disaster and then to recovery the situation for the futures. And then unexpected costs, it will be increasing contingent liabilities in the future too. It's really important to understand for all the leaders of local governments in the future. And last but not least, the important things that Indonesia as a huge country, we can expose the international and social political issues. One of the biggest issues in the past is COVID-19 pandemics, of course. And then for political issues, how the unstabilized geopolitical issues in the world, like Ukraine and Russia's and Middle East unstabilized because the conflicts, it's really impactful for our economics in the future. So Indonesia's local governments face the rising the subsidy costs and reduced financial space because of the issues. And then the last is trade wars and protection. Trade wars by the American governments to increase the reciprocal tariffs is really impactful for our economics for the futures. So we need to understand the situation and then to make a good strategy to make sure the future it will be more better. And this whole of the package of the extra issues. And then in the class, as a lecturer, as young lecturers, I try to deliver this information to students with the financial analysis of our government class. I deliver how the big data is really important because the issues of the political and economics is not easy for the future, the aftermath of the COVID-19. So as a lecturer, I need to prepare the young generation to understand the data, especially for financial data. It's really important to create a vast information to make a decision for financial decisions. I use a discussion group to create the holistic discussion of each the students with the apply the logical analysis for financial statement, elaborate with math, statistics, and big data approach to. This is the little bit action for me to deliver how the big data is really important for achieve the financial resilience to my students in the class. So the best on the all over the presentation, I conclude the three important points. First, big data analysis. Big data analysis is come from the collect and integrated massive financial data. And then the second, financial resilience is really important because the information, it will be a early warning system to gain financial shock in the future. And it will be impactful to Indonesia achieve the prosperity in the futures because inclusive growth of economics will be improve our communities economics for every single people in Indonesia. So there is the end of the presentation of me. Thank you so much for the attentions. Back to the moderator, Dr. Ryan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ika. Yeah, we will have a Q&A session, but I think the Q&A session will be around 10 minutes. Yeah, somebody want to ask question from this room? This room? Question? Yeah, Pak Zulham. Do you have microphone with you? Yeah. Pak Zulham will deliver his questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator, and thank you for you, Mika. Miss Ika. I think it is an amazing presentation, beautiful and very helpful topic to discuss. Why? Because it's well known that Indonesia is one of the country that most successfully recover from the pandemic, including its financial resiliency. But what sadness me to hear today that our economic and financial condition is really contradict to the after COVID situation. According to your data or big data or your research, what was possibly caused it? Can you copy from the person?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Mr. Julham. It's really interesting that I already understand more about the situation. I thought the financial system in Indonesia is not a representative for the long-term policy. First, based on the data, especially for central government financial report, we are successful to cope Indonesians from the COVID-19 pandemics. But the impact of this strategy is Indonesia has increased liabilities, especially for contingent liabilities. The financials is really disrupted with the situation, but our government not realized that the actions on the real situations is not equitable with the financial strategy. We have thousands of trillions rupees to cope this situations. I thought it's really big budget to make sure that Indonesia can handle the situations. So the financial situation after the COVID-19 pandemic, I really understand it's really difficult because the Indonesians has so many liabilities before the pandemics because we built really massive infrastructures, but the infrastructures is not represent for public health, but the community transportation. So I thought the strategy for the government is not the best on the how the community needs and use the financial assessment as the main of the data to create new policy or strategy or program for Indonesians. So in the other hand, we need to understand about the international disruption. Indonesia is a large country, but we have we didn't have the good protection for the international disruption too. So I thought we use money to protect it in our country for the others situation, especially for the crisis like that. But the money is not created from activity, but we use liabilities to make sure our budget is fulfilled to requiring the program. It will be helpful for the economics in the futures. I thought like this, Mr. Johan. Maybe we can discuss again in the future. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Ika. That's a wonderful explanation. I think we have 2 minutes to finish this third session. I'm sorry, actually there are there's a participant who raised hand in Zoom, but I think we don't have time. Sorry, Marlo, I'm sorry, because we have to proceed to and prepare for the next presentation. Yeah, Ika, you have 1 minute, maybe you have a close statement. Yeah, please.
I just want to say that encourage the young researcher for the futures. Big data is still have the large opportunity for you. Big data is one of the important parts for our research quality in the future. So all of the young researcher, you can try to big data as your research opportunity, and I will collaborate to create the research. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the good work presented today, and that's not good our third session. And Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to proceed to the next session, our fourth keynote session. We'll have Ibu Dr. Siti Fatimah Muhammad Kasim, PhD. We'll check on. Yeah, I have. Dr. Siti Fatimah is on our screen right now. Hello, good morning. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Yeah, can you hear us very clearly? Can you hear us clearly? Yeah.
Because I think I'm not sure why I cannot hear very clearly.
You can't hear me.
Can, but not very clear.
Oh, not very clear. Okay, maybe because of the microphone. Yeah. But we can hear you very clearly.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, Bapak Ibu, and all participants in this room and in online via Zoom, we are going to have our fourth keynote session, and it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today. And the speaker is Dr. Siti Fatimah Muhammad Kasim, PhD. Yeah.
Oh, shall I start? Are you going to introduce me?
Can you put straight to Fatimah's on the camera? Yeah, live screen. Is that? Oh yeah. Okay. But before we proceed, I'm going to introduce again Dr. Siti Fatimah. Dr. Siti Fatimah is a senior lecturer and research fellow at the Department of Accounting and Finance of Management and Science University MSU Malaysia. And her academic and research interests are accounting, finance, Islamic finance, crowdfunding, financial inclusion, government, and financial technology. Ibu Dr. Sri Fatima is a professional recognized as Chartered Accountant or CA of Malaysian Institute of Accountants, MIA. And she is also certified Islamic finance planner and a certified trainer recognized by the Human Resource Development Council. And her doctoral thesis was the impacts of financial management, social networks, platforms, and the mediation of business intelligence on the performance of equity crowdfunding funded firms in Malaysia. Dr. Sri Fatima will deliver a keynote on the topic of artificial and augmented intelligence in accounting and auditing. Ibu Dr. Sri Fatima, your time is around 30 minutes for your presentation, and we are going to have 15 minutes for question and answer session. Is it okay, Ibu Sri Fatima? Bu Fatima? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just want to ask the operator, can we hear clearly Bu Sri Fatima? Is it clear? On the room?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please welcome Dr. Sri Fatima from MSU. And the screen is yours right now. Yeah, please.
Okay. Wait, Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You can hear me, right? You can hear me?
Yeah, and it's a trouble in
Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Okay, my name is Fatima. Okay, today I'm going to talk about what I've been taught recently. Okay, not recently lah. I can say that everyone is talking about. Do you hear my voice double? Double voice? No.
Yes, double. It's Dr. Siti.
So, because I have trouble with the sound. How about now?
Still the same.
Still the same?
Yep.
The host has muted you. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear Ibu Sri Fatima? You have the room?
Yeah, I have two devices. Yeah, I think. Because I
You have the screen, your screen right now, your share screen. Your
Not really clear.
Not really clear.
Yeah, your voice. Yep.
How about now?
The first one is really clear, doctor. But now it's just like you are in the distance.
How about now? Okay, that we try again. So I think I need to use both devices.
quite clear.
Can you hear now? Still not very clear. The sound is not very good.
It's echoing now.
Okay, that is the problem. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to solve it here. Takes a long time.
Maybe you have to mute one of the devices.
Because I need to use the laptop, but maybe the sound is not very good. That's why I have to use the sound from my mobile phone.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, wait. How about this? Clear? This one clear?
Yeah, that one is really clear.
So this one is better.
Yes, that's better, much better.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with this. Okay, my title for today is Artificial Intelligence. Okay, and we have a machine learning and also augmented intelligence in accounting and auditing. Okay, we have been exposed to this topic. I think not to say currently, but everyone is talking about AI, augmented intelligence related to accounting and auditing. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the definition. By definition, artificial intelligence or what we know as AI. Okay.
Sorry, Dr. Siti.
Yeah?
It's just like
Beginning.
yeah, it's your voice clear, but there is feedback from another device.
Sini yang tak boleh kan? Okay, how about now?
I think that's good now. I think that's good now. Yep.
Better.
That's okay. That's okay now. Yes.
Tak berapa clear.
Terus apa lagi? Udah.
Bentar ya. Okay. Now can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, good. Better than previous. Okay, now we come back to the definition of these three, AI, ML, and augmented intelligence, okay, where AI is machine mimicking human intelligence, okay, machine that pretending to be human. And then how about the machine learning? It is one of the AI branches, okay, it learns from the pattern of the data, okay, and augmented intelligence is actually AI branches also, but it more to supporting human judgment. Okay. Now all these three, for instance, we have this AI, what we call it chatbot. Okay, explain about your IFRS when machine learning like unusual entries. Okay, and AI, the augmented intelligence, where AI suggests the tax strategies, but you as an accountant or auditor have to decide, have to make the decision. Okay? I think, okay. Then we look at the similarities between the AI, the ML, the machine learning or augmented learning. Okay? Can you hear me? Hello? You can hear me?
Yes, doctor. Very clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so these are the similarity of between the AI, machine learning, and also augmented learning, intelligence. Okay, so three of these is actually all are driven by data driven. Okay, So it helps to enhance efficiency and also the productivity. Okay, automate repetitive tasks, whatever task that is continuous that you use here now and in the future or from the previous data. Okay, so the repetitive task or work can be done by these intelligence machines, and all these three are used across multiple industry. Okay, for instance, bank. Okay, bank reconciliation is done by AI where it extract data. Machine learning detect any anomalies or fraud, and augmented intelligence guide the accountant judgment or making decision. However, now we look at the key differences. Okay, AI brought automation and reasoning, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, AI is just like mimicking human. Okay, they're mimicking human intelligence as well as reasoning. Machine learning is the branches of AI, is predictive. It's learned from the data. It is pattern learning engine. Okay, augmented intelligence is human-centered decision support. Augmented intelligence is to augment, okay, to enhance human decision. It's not to replace the human. Okay. So now we look at AI in accounting and its key application. Okay, so automates data entry and invoicing processes. Like you can use QuickBooks, Xero, for instance. Okay, so because when you process invoicing, okay, you for the large organization or businesses, okay, they will processes invoice more than 100,000. Okay, that when you use this AI, yeah, excuse me. Can I proceed? Okay. We look at the fraud detection via pattern recognition. Okay, when we use machine, okay, or this intelligence, okay, the detection of fraud become more faster, time consuming. It reduces time consuming in detecting the fraud. Okay. For instance, tax compliance automation and audit trails. Okay, it make the tax it automate the tax compliance process, and also it can be a good audit trails. Okay, and it can be used to cash flow forecasting with predictive analytics. Okay, so the example is where AI flag duplicated invoices in second. As a human, we might take more than a day, maybe 1 month, okay, to detect the invoices, the duplicate invoices or I mean, you produce the same invoices twice or thrice, okay? So when you use this AI can easily detect this duplication of the invoices. Okay. Now we look at the machine learning in auditing. Okay. Anomaly detection in journal entries. It can detect any unusual transaction, for instance, okay, easily. Okay. Predictive risk scoring for subsidiaries. Okay, it can make a predictive risk scoring for the client, for instance. Continuous auditing with real-time monitoring. Okay, when you have this machine learning, for instance, in your process, auditing process, okay, it will help you in giving the real-time monitoring. Okay, for instance, machine learning highlight midnight posting just under authorization limits. Okay, so we know that we have this midnight transaction or posting that done by the system all over the world. Okay, by using the ML, okay, it can detect any unusual transaction or anomalies, okay, and so forth. So what are the role of AI in accounting and auditing? Okay, it helps you to optimize audit planning and resource allocation. Okay, we know that as an auditor, okay, you need to have or to do audit planning before you go to your client premises. Okay, and you also have to allocate the resources in order to minimize cost, okay, save time and etc. Then accurate data processing, okay, it helps you to process data accurately, facilitate continuous auditing, okay, so it helps you to continuously assist you in doing the audit doc, okay, improve document review process. Okay, if you need to review so many documents, okay, by using the AI, okay, it will shorten the process time, and then help you to assess the risk effectively. Okay, and what else? Implementing NLP, natural language processing. Okay, implementing NLP, okay, they will come up with some sort like the same pattern. Okay, same pattern of language or same pattern that data or the fluctuation, okay, they can found from the regular process. Okay, predictive analytics for forward-looking insight. Okay, and then detecting anomalies and fraud. Am I too fast?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, thank you for your reply. So now we look at augmented intelligence, okay, the human advantage. As I told you earlier, augmented intelligence is not mimicking human, but it is to enhance decision making by the human. Okay, so it provides recommendation to the professional. Who are the professional? You, the accountant, and also the auditors. Okay. So it enhances judgment in financial analysis and risk assessment. Okay, when you want to do analysis, okay, this augmented intelligence actually enhance your judgment. Okay, support strategic decision making while humans stay in control. For example, okay, AI suggests tax saving strategies, but the accountant chooses which is the best option. Okay, meaning that you cannot rely 100% on the AI. Okay, so you are the one that have to make the choice. Okay, now we look at the impact of these three on the accounting industry. Okay, it increased efficiency and accuracy. Okay, it transformation of accounting profession. Okay, reducing in fraud and error. Okay, improve quality of reporting. So for instance, Deloitte, okay, AI tools cut audit testing time by 50%, which is uh, reducing cost and also time at the same time, okay? So the impact on accountant. So this one is the impact on you as an accountant or the auditor, okay? Routine tasks can be automated. No need for the human or you to do it manually. Okay, so it save your time, save your cost. Then focus shift to judgment and skepticism, data analysis, advisory services. So in terms of judgment, okay, as I told you earlier, okay, the AI can provide you the solution, but you have to make your own judgment. Okay, you have to make your own decision. which is the best for your client, for instance, okay? Skepticism. What is skepticism? Okay, I believe that you all know about the skepticism. Skepticism is you have questioning mind. Okay, you need to question, is it the right way? Is it the process is according to what you should do? Okay, you have to have this skepticism mind or questioning mind. Data analysis, okay. AI help you to do the data analysis efficiently, okay. And advisory services, you by using this AI, okay, it will actually help you in doing the consultation work for your client, for instance. Okay. So for example here, PwC auditors use AI risk module, but apply judgment to validate result. Okay. So whatever it is, your accountant judgment or decision need to be in place. Okay, this is the continuation from the impact on accountant. Okay, with the automation of accounting processes, smart decision making and shared accounting services, basic accounting tasks will become more professional. It look more professional. Okay, at the same time, many routine and repetitive tasks that is doing consistently or continuously, okay, will be handled by accounting information systems. Okay, then this will transform the role of accountant from doing repetitive work to focusing on high value tasks like professional judgment, data analysis, decision making based on big data. Okay, you have been exposed about the big data just now, right? So accountants remain important and cannot be replaced in the two key, especially these two key area of accounting. Financial accounting, management accounting. Why? Okay. Well, still, okay. If you want to use this AI or ML or augmented intelligence is to enhance your judgment. Okay. But when it relate to financial accounting and management accounting, okay, it actually relate to the historical of your financial report, for instance. Okay, you need to give the AI or the machine learning the prompt, okay, about the previous. If you rely 100% on this AI or machine learning, okay, they would not be able to give you the accurate if you did not provide all the information from previous previous statement or previous financial records or reports. Okay, same goes to management accounting. Okay. Okay, accountants nowadays face the impact of artificial intelligence. Okay, while AI cannot
Speak. Still with us? We still seem to be
improve the expertise, okay, getting involved in management to become more skilled and future ready professional. Okay, so what you need to do, okay, enhance your professional ability, okay, your management skill, your computer skill, your analytical capability, okay, your decision making skill, ability to predict and thinking ability. So for the future accountant or auditor, you must to equip yourself with all those skills that can enrich you to become the future accountant and auditor. Okay, the skill one. Okay. So now, adapting to AI and machine learning, okay, it needs lifelong learning process. So it is essential for you to have this, to learn about this AI and ML or augmented intelligence, okay. You need to upskill in data analytics and visualization, basic coding, AI ethical. You also need to know about the ethics in use all these three intelligence, okay, and the governance. So for instance, certified public accountant, for instance, trained in Power BI, plus it has to use this Python to validate machine learning fraud detection model. Okay. So here, the new role of accountant, okay. No more technician-based job. It is more from technicians to strategic advisor. So the core strength here is you have to enhance your ethical judgment, your communication skill, your decision-making skill, and you must have this skepticism. Okay, as I told you earlier, skepticism is questioning mind. Okay. So here are the challenges and the ethical risks when you use AI, ML, or augmented intelligence, okay? In terms of data privacy and cybersecurity, okay? This is the challenges that you facing when you deals with AI, machine learning, or augmented intelligence. Other than that, algorithmic bias in machine learning, training data. Okay, black box problem, meaning what? Lack of transparency. So over reliance on automation. Okay, this is the challenges. For instance, AI wrongly disallow tax deduction. Okay, therefore, as a consequences, the auditor must explain why this happened. Okay, so as an auditor, you need to have this ability, okay, to overcome whatever type of like wrongly, I can say that wrongly judgment done, wrongly, how to say, suddenly everything mistakes in my head, okay. These three intelligence, okay, give you the solution, okay, and the solution is not correct, okay, you wrongly use it as your decision, then at the end of the day, you have to answer for this, okay. So in the nutshell, okay, we come to the conclusion, okay. Actually, AI, ML, and augmented intelligence shape the future. You have to know this. You cannot run from this. It is the time for this technology, okay, shaping the future. So it is a new beginning, not the end of your history, okay, in becoming accountant or future auditor, okay. So you need to embrace them as your teammates, meaning that you have to learn about it, okay. You upskill, okay, lead digital transformation. So you need to upskill yourself, okay. So for example here, KPMG use AI for IFRS 16 auditing, okay. Auditors use save time for advisory services. Okay, it helps the auditor in consultation activity. Okay. So now it is a time to embrace the change. Okay, AI or machine learning won't replace you. Okay, won't replace you as a future accountant or auditor. But accountant who use AI or machine learning or augmented intelligence will replace those who don't use. Those accountants or auditor that reluctant to use the all this technology will be replaced by you. Okay, so from automation to collaboration and augmentation. So for instance, invoicing scanning, AI extract data, ML validates anomalies. Okay. you as an accountant or auditor checks exceptions only. Okay. So here is the summarization, what I have tell you just now, okay, about the AI, augmented intelligence, machine learning, okay. So artificial intelligence gives you broad concept of machine performing tasks that require human intelligence, okay. For instance, ChatGPT, AI audit system, okay. Artificial intelligence auditing, suddenly everything, okay. Okay, you look at here, Gmail spam filter, for instance, predicting credit risk and detecting fraud. Okay, actually, there is a free AI or augmented intelligence or machine learning in the website. Okay, you need to go and find it. Okay, and then for the lecturers, okay, okay, and also the student, okay, you can learn together in the class, discuss about it. Okay. So here is the free learning resources, Google AI, elements of AI, Google AI education, for instance, okay. Coursera, Google's machine learning crash course, okay. Kaggle Learn and Fast AI. Okay. Last but not least, okay, I'm thanking you, okay. So machine and human, okay, when work together can give more accurate result than working alone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timbalan, for such a massive presentation. Bapak Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, all participants, now we will have time for question and answer and maybe small discussion on this topic. We still have around 15 to 20 minutes for question and answer. First, I'd like to invite a question from this room. Any question? Can you please raise your hand? Yeah, okay. One question from this room. You have microphone with you? No.
Okay, thank you, Miss Siti Fatimah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Very interesting about AI. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sariza Witri. I'm lecturer in Department Accounting. Okay, AI helpful for me for with assignment and research needs, of course. Okay, I want to ask, in your opinion, Miss Siti, how can accounting education integrated with the AI and data analytics skill into the curriculum to prepare my professional, my student? In your maybe in your department, have AI in your curriculum. Thank you.
Welcome. But I need, can you type it for me because I cannot hear your voice clearly, even though I use this headphone. I can hear that. How can you share with your student? Okay.
Okay. Once again, I will repeat my ask.
Yeah, mute and then speak through the microphone also.
Okay. Okay, can you repeat it again? I think I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Miss Siti, I am repeat again my question. In your opinion, how can accounting education integrated with the AI and data analytics skill into the curriculum to prepare professional our student? Maybe in your department have AI in your curriculum.
Thank you for your question. It's a very good question. Okay. And then, of course, first of all, okay, we need to expose the student to the AI application. For instance, okay, we use the simple one, ChatGPT. Okay, we tell them, or we tell them that they can use, but there is an ethic, or there is they have to follow. Okay, they need to not to depend solely on the ChatGPT. Okay, if they want to use that ChatGPT in accounting, okay, of course, when you put in the data, you type in the data, okay, the ratio is this much, this percentage, okay. So previously, without this AI, okay, you need to be a skilled as an accountant or accountant junior staff, okay. You need to have very good knowledge on this to present for instance, the financial statement to the management, for instance. But when you have this AI, okay, as long as you know the knowledge first lah, you cannot simply use, then you also cannot translate even though that AI give you the solution. Okay, so when you in accounting especially, because accounting now is following the trend. Okay, it is no longer like traditional way. Okay, so everyone have to have this ability to use, for instance, the AI, the chat GPT, for instance, because chat GPT can easily used by everyone. Okay, so you can make a differences between, okay, before they use. Okay, try to make in the class the question or the scenario or the case study. Okay, and ask the student to give their for them to analyze and give the feedback. Okay, you can see the difference. And then they use the chat GPT. Okay, so it is actually, they can cut the time, okay, and more reasonable analysis or suggestion that give by the AI. Okay, that's all. Am I answering your question? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, because in AI, can I just further elaborate this? For instance, okay, of course, this one, everyone have to have this understanding. Even though we are as a lecturer, we also sometimes is not very open to this AI. Okay, so sometimes our student will venture it first. Okay, so we need to have this discussion in the classroom, ask the student to identify one of the AI tool, for instance, okay, and we talk about it. Okay, just now when I said that you use ChatGPT before, before they run the analysis, and then they use the ChatGPT to translate, or they run the analysis and translate first, then use the ChatGPT, so we can make differences. Okay, so we can let the student to use Excel for machine learning, for instance. Google Sheet, for instance, to predict sales or expenses within trade line. Then we discuss with them as early as we using the machine learning, for instance. Okay, and we can also have this in-class activity. For instance, we ask students to use AI to analyze a business scenario. Then ask them to critically evaluate the AI answer, whether they agree or not they agree. Okay, and that's all. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Any more question? I think we still have one question. Yeah, Alia, someone raising hand in our Zoom. Yeah, please, Sonia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
First of all, thank you to Dr. Siti Fatima for the insightful material, and to all respected lecturer. My name is Alia Pradistia, a 7th semester of student public sector accounting. I would like to ask about augmented intelligence. Augmented intelligence emphasizes collaboration between human expertise and machine precision. How might this partnership redefine the boundaries of professional responsibility within the accounting profession? Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Good question. Okay. Now you talk about, I think I touched it before. Okay. It also about ethical. Okay. You have to use it ethically. Okay. The boundary meaning what that you cannot do. That is the boundary. Okay. I think, yeah, the ethics, when we use AI, or we use machine learning, or we use augmented intelligence, okay, we know that augmented intelligence is not mimicking human, it's just helping human. It's not like the the other two, okay? But whatever you do with all these three, you need to have that ethical judgment. Is it correct? Is it you can proceed with this? Okay, so you are the source of data that need by all these three. Okay, so if you give the wrong input, okay, because you have a different objective to achieve, then okay, then that's it. Okay, the boundary is there. You know what is do and don'ts. Okay, am I answering your question?
Thank you so much for your explanation.
Yeah, welcome. Good luck for you.
Yeah. Any more question? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we almost in our end of the session. Who Siti Fatima? You said that AI may not replace accountant, but AI almost replaced my intelligence. Yeah.
That's why you need to upgrade yourself with knowledge about AI and upgrade your skill. Okay?
Yeah, the more I use AI, the more AI take my brain. Okay.
Thank you,
Dr. Siti Fatima. Let's conclude our section. Maybe do you have something to say?
Yeah. Thank you also for having me in your International Vocational Conference of Accounting Innovation. It's a very good exposure for me too. Okay. And this session is good not only for the educators but also for the students. Okay, because it give a different perspective regarding the currently being discussed topic. Okay, and if I have this opportunity to go there one in the future, okay, why not? Okay, we can sharing the experiences and etc. Thank you for having me. Good luck for everyone. Thank you from the top.
Thank you. Thank you, Siti. We hope we'll meet again in this forum. Yeah. Dr. Siti Fatima, with your permission, we are going to proceed to the next session.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very
welcome.
much, Dr. Siti Fatima.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
I will leave this session.
Now we
Yeah.
are
Okay, thank you.
in the last and the fifth session, and this is the final speaker. Mr. Zulfikar, are you in also? Yeah, Zulfikar is on screen right now. Hello, good morning or good afternoon.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. In the
Morning.
early
What
morning.
time is it now? What time is
Is
it
it
in
around
UK?
5:15, I think, right now.
Still dark. Still very dark.
Still early. Still early.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all participants, I will it's my honor to introduce our fifth and final keynote speaker. Mr. Zulfikar is also a talented lecturer, young and talented lecturer in Politeknik. Pak Zulfikar now is a candidate, PhD candidate in innovation management. He is currently studying at the University of Leicester, United Kingdom. He is a researcher. His interests in research are in the field of accounting, of course, entrepreneurship, startup incubation, and the development of small and medium enterprises in Indonesia. And he was one of the head of a Politeknik incubator, business incubator. Yeah, Pak Zulfikar now is doing his PhD project. Correct me if I'm wrong. The project is the role of business incubators in startup survival, exploring how incubators support affect startup resilience and growth in Indonesia, with a focus on mentoring, funding access, and networks. Is it right? Is correct? Pak Zulfikar?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Even
Yeah.
though it's still ongoing process.
Okay, now I think we don't have to delay further. We are so happy to welcome Pak Zulfikar, and Pak Zulfikar will talk about from manual logs to AI, the challenge in transforming accounting practices, lesson from Indonesia-based accounting Apple. Pak Zulfikar, the script now is yours. Please.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Wahyudi, one of my best friends there. Good morning, everyone, my distinguished colleagues and fellow educators, and also all of the students that joined the session today. It's a privilege to speak and at the second International Vocational Conference of Accounting Innovation. So today we will explore the gap between the digital tools available in accounting and their actual adoption in practice. So it's may not a new things because you have heard many from since the beginning. So I hope it can be complement what you have heard before. So and enrich the knowledge about that. Okay, let's move to the second slide about what will we take away from this session. We will start with examining the gap in technology adoption and what caused it. Then we will explore digital tools in accounting, what is available and what challenge persists. We will move on to curriculum innovation, how we can better prepare for future accountant for digital transformation. And then we will look ahead of future professional identity. And finally, we hope that we can have a call to action. What should we do next? Let's begin with the context. The gap between digital tools and real-world practice. About 80% of Indonesians have access to financial services, but less than half truly understand how to use them effectively. This tells us that the problem is not access, the adoption and behavior. In my research on startup survival, so I'm not really research on accounting AI and sort of things like that, I found that many of technological initiatives fail not because the tools are poorly designed. Sorry, tools are not poorly designed, but because users are struggle to build the sustain of a new habit. The real challenge lies in habit formation and perceived relevance, not just technical training. We move to the first cases. Here, I will introduce you with the case of Money ID. This is one of Indonesian startup. They're based in Bandung, if I'm not wrong. Illustrate, it was a well-designed personal finance app. You can use WhatsApp on it. Automated, simple, and intuitive. Yet user eventually abandoned it. The technology itself wasn't the problem. The issue was that people revert to all routine, like manual tracking or not tracking at all. So Money ID wasn't a failure of technology. It was a failure to embed the new habit. This reflects what attorney Hopwood described in his paper, The Archaeology of Accounting System. He showed that even when new accounting systems are introduced, real challenge doesn't occur unless the underlying organization behavior and assumptions also evolve. Another case that can be learned is a delegacy.id. It's one of the revolutionized financial reporting for small, medium enterprise. Maybe you can move to the another slide, please. Instead of simplify the producing report for tax authorities, the platform helps business owners interpret the financial data, understanding profitability, cash flow, and long-term performance. Despite these advantages, adoption was low. Most businesses only turn to delegacy.id when external pressures happen, like investor demands or tax deadlines. Make digital reporting avoidable. This is very common pattern in the digital transformation of accounting. Next slide, please. So when we look at the today accounting landscape, the potential is remarkable. Tools powered by AI, cloud accounting, big data analytics, and many things that you can name on. These automated routine tasks provide real-time insight and empower even the smallest business to make better decisions. But here's the paradox. While the promise is clear, adoption remains inconsistent. We already seen this with those cases that I've been showing to you. So what we can learn from these cases? First, we need to have a design simplicity, community trust as a second one, and the adoption need to be contagious. What I'm meaning with the design simplicity is a user-friendly interface need to be as a key to lower barrier and encourage regular engagement. And the second one, community trust, is matter. Adoption grows when tools are embedded within the social network. And the third one, adoption is contagious. Once a few users become comfortable and see the value, their peers are more likely to follow, creating momentum for wider usage. So now we have a look to the application, the apps that seems to be more have a good recipient rather than those of two that we previous seeing. Next slide, please. Here, we will have a look at the case of Cashier ID. Show us the simplified design is absolutely crucial, especially for non-tech savvy users. Early adoption was slow, even though because many of small traders were focused on immediate survival rather than bookkeeping. What turned things around wasn't the traditional marketing, but rather trust within the local communities. Peer influence and embedded community networks proved far more effective than promoting campaign like driving the adoption. It's also important to highlight that POS, or we can say as a payment system, like cashier, often the first digital habit, especially for small businesses. They are not about advanced accounting. They are about introducing financial literacy and laying the foundation for future digital adoption. Next slide, please. Another POS system, call it POS, recognized early that many micro enterprises did see POS system as necessary, especially when they haven't running small single outlet operation. So the POS with T, this company, simplify its tools and going through SME association and local government to embed adoption within the existing network. As the businesses begin to grow, adding multiple outlets or hiring the staff, the value of digital system become much clearer. Suddenly, having a POS as a tool become nicer and become necessity for coordination and accountability. Now we're going through more sophisticated apps that they're in Indonesian market accounting apps. In the next slide. Here I'm introducing you with apps called Tiga Digit, a platform designed especially to lower the barrier for SMEs and non-accountants. Its innovation lies in transparent pricing, a simple onboarding process, and AI-powered automation that allow users to generate financial reports with minimal effort. The goal is clear. Make financial reporting accessible even to those without formal accounting background. In many ways, Tiga Digit embodies the promise of technology, reducing complexity and empowering more people to participate in financial literacy. However, despite this strong feature, adoption challenges remain. For many SMEs, barriers such perceived complexity and behavior inertia and lack of trust in digital systems still hold them back. Next slide, please. It is important to recognize that adoption challenges in small business remain deeply rooted. The barriers are familiar. First is lack of financial literacy. Makes tools seems overwhelming for most of us, especially without accounting or financial background. Many SMEs only adopt when facing external pressures, like taxes or investor requirements. More than everything, business needs guidance and sustained support to embedded digital tools in daily practice. So this aligns with one of the paper that I show you in the slide that says that adoption depends on four main factors. First, performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facilitating conditions. Next slide, please. To better understand why digital adoption often proves so challenging, it helps to step back and look to broader body of research and technology acceptance. Maybe you can play the video from the slide, because this slide is a videos. Maybe you can find. The operators maybe can play the videos, so we can go through the theories that been given there. So I've been taken this from Panketis et al. Review and compare 8 major models of technology adoption. So including the technology acceptance model theory, the theory of planet behaviors, innovation division theory, and social cognitive theory. The table of this slide summarizes these models and their key construct. So for those of you, my colleague and fellows, or the student, even for who have interest in exploring this kind of topic further, you can have a look this kind of theory as a background, as a foundation of your research or the next research or the future research. Next slide, please. As we have seen those kind of barriers, obstacles, and everything that relate with the adoption. So now we have a look what we can do as educators. Vocational education must evolve. So it's not longer enough for students simplify. So it's not longer enough for students to simply master accounting. They must also learn the further adoption guide to others. Communication, persuasion, and the ability to explain complex are the soft skills that need to be embedded to our students. I think I heard this before from the previous speakers also. So students need have the ability to explain financial results to the business owners. So it can add insight beyond the compliance. They now been asking not to just function as a bookkeeper, but also as a strategic advisor. To be able to interpret, judge, make a judgment, and have a good client communication is a must as the value of human accountants right now, because we will compete with something that we call it machine. So we should have something that machine doesn't have. Next slide, please. So from this slide, we can have a look. There's a shift between traditional accountant and digital and AI hand-on accountant. Before, we learn how to manual data entry, but right now we can oversee AI data capture and what will be produced by the AI. Before we prepare a ledger, now we need to have interpret the dashboard that been shown to us by the apps, for example. Before we compliance focuses, now our client seek us for have advisory focuses. Before we go into historical reporting, but right now it can be real time insight. As Kokina and Devolver emphasize, advanced AI accounting reshaping the profession. Is pushing the accountant role toward the higher value human-centered task. So as we have seen in the slide, this is kind of human-centered task that need to be embedded to future accountants. Next slide, please. So what I can say is the classroom itself can serve as the first testing ground for digitalization and AI adoption. This is another apps that built by the startup, Indonesian tech startup. We call it Lisa. Anyone named Lisa here? I don't know, maybe have a related with those startup founders. So Lisa is an example of AI-based learning companion. It provides students with personalized nudge, reminders, and micro questions that strengthen knowledge retention and help them from effectively study habits. By introducing AI in the learning environment first, students become more comfortable with AI in safe, low-risk context. The early exposure have reduced some of the potential drawbacks that we often associate with AI, such as over-reliance, lack of transparency, or resistance to change. The real value that we want to give is that the student not only gain digital fluency, but also learn how to work with AI. By the time when they move into a professional setting later on, they will already understand how AI can support their routine, build consistency, and free up time for higher level of thinking. So in this sense, AI can be utilized as a bridge. It prepares students to enter the workplace, not just as a tool user, but as a professional who ready to guide others through the same transaction, for example. Next slide, please. Another one that I want to bring in on is related of the future of the work that we call it remote work. Remote and hybrid work, which became the norm during the pandemic, is no longer a temporary. But right now, it already shifts to be lasting transformation. At the heart of successful remote lies trust and digital identity, elements that influence not only the tools we use, but how we engage with them. Accountants, like many other professions, are possible to collaborate with this kind of virtually across border environment, working with colleagues with digital spaces, and navigating new team dynamics. This shift was introduced greater flexibility, improved work-life balance, which are the two key advantages of remote and hybrid model. Moreover, the rise of digital communication and collaboration tools has been instrumental in ensuring this arrangement function effectively. However, it is important to recognize that these benefits are not shared equally. Research such one by Fan and Moon reveal there is a disparities within remote and hybrid work environment. While some workers experience reduced job demand and increased control, these advantages are not universally felt, highlighting there's still something that needs to be considered unequal impact of the person who join or who involved in this kind of work environment. What I want to say is our students need to realize, or we as an educator need to realize that there's something happen out there. We're not really see the future profession is something that on the cube, like on the space, physical space, but now, right now it could be a virtual space also. So at the end of my presentation, in the next slide, the word embrace digital transformation in education has also been here before. So it is essential that within the digital age, the transformation of the way we work and to stay relevant as a must prepare future that need to be faced. The key is to embrace both technology and the human factor that drives the success in digital world. Fostering innovation, adaptability must be at the core of our education approach. Future accountants need to be more than just user technology. They need to be a leader who can drive digital transformation within the organization. This means that as we teach our students about digitalization in accounting, AI, big data analytics, and everything that you can name on, we also need to equip them with the mindset of continuous learning and adaptability. The pace of change is fast, and our graduates must not only master the tools, but ready to lead others to adopting those tools. By focusing on both technical expertise and soft skills such as communication, collaboration, and the ability of navigate the digital spaces, we can bridge the gap between the theoretical possibilities of digital worlds and the practical realities for our students that will face in their career on the future. So the final remark is, let's empower the next generation of accountants with the tools, skills, and mindset, which they need to thrive in the ever-evolving digital landscape. So we can ensure our graduates are ready for the challenge and opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all my presentation. I give it back to Pak Wahyudi or Pak Ali, maybe. I cannot hear you, Pak Wahyudi.
Good morning. Oh my God.
Still cannot hear you.
Thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me.
First of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Ikin Rahmawati. I'm a lecturer of accounting department of Politeknik Negeri Pontianak. So, with the rapid advancement of technology and the growing trend of global collaborations, the accounting profession is increasingly operating beyond geographical boundaries. Here's my question, sir. Considering the global collaborations and digital connectivity allow accountants to work across borders and time zones, in your opinion, how can educators and organizations prepare graduates to thrive in these borderless environments while maintaining cultural sensitivity and ethical integrity?
Yeah, it's quite hard to hear the voice. I'm not sure if I can say the the question clear enough. I think you talk about the global collaboration, isn't it?
Yes, and digital connectivity allow accountants to work across borders and time zones.
Global
In your
collaboration,
Okay.
maybe give me just what you call it, the keyword that you want to ask, the global collaboration, and then because it's quite like a feedback or I don't know.
Okay. The question is how can
Make it short.
educators
Make it short. Make it short. Yeah. Make it the question short. Shorter question. Precise.
how can educators and organizations prepare graduates to thrive in these borderless environments while maintaining cultural sensitivity and ethical integrity? That's my question, sir.
Cultural
Yeah.
Cultural sensitivity.
identity, is it?
Yes, and ethical integrity.
How do we prepare a
ethical
graduate for this digital world, borderless world? Yeah, and the ethical integrity because of the
integrity.
emerging technology right now.
Okay, global collaboration, and then with a cultural identity and ethical, what was called ethical integrity. Okay. Okay, global collaboration, cultural identity, ethical integrity. There's three of things that embedded together. Even though I'm not really focused on that kind of things, but what we can say is we cannot change our identity, we cannot change our integrity, but what we can have a look is in digital world they have their own identities and also have a ethical that been setting up as a standard within the digital environment. So first, how to collaborate globally. What we can do right now is what I also learned from people who doing remote working is join the platform that can give them access to sort of the working opportunity. So I cannot say the platform. Maybe one of you may know really much about it. But what I can say is there's a platform that you can introduce yourself and offer the job that you can do. So that's how we collaborate. It's happened with people, mostly people with like a digital literacy and IT literacy and sort of things like that. So, and then from there, the platform itself will give you your own identity, like what we call it as a maybe as a brand or as an image, as a reputation. That call our that identity we will have there, because we cannot get we cannot enforce our cultural there, because digital world is a different world, not like physical world that we know mostly. And then the platform itself also set the ethical thing. So if you cross those ethics, you will get banned, and you will not get another offer, for example. So it's safer if you want to introduce your skills or going globally. Enter those kind of platform. Maybe we can start with the LinkedIn, for example. Maybe all of you knows LinkedIn profile, right? So once I'm arrived in UK, everyone asking for my LinkedIn profile. So not for my WA or my WhatsApp or my Instagram. So they start to looking at your professional capabilities. So LinkedIn profile is the door for you to go in globally, in my cases, professionally, okay? So LinkedIn, for example, have their own cultural, so which we cannot see or find in other social media. And also ethical things. They will have their own rules and sort of something need to be followed. So I think that's the best way to learn of it. As the digital environment still grows, so we cannot have a certain answer on those kind of things. So we all learn how to use it. We all learn how to deal with it. I think that's all that I can say for today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We have a question. Somebody raising hands in our Zoom. It's Julie. Julie, please, Julie.
Excuse me, good afternoon everyone, and good afternoon to Sir Zulfikar. I can introduce myself. My name is Julie Ramanda Maringa. I'm from D3 Accounting Study Program. Thank you for insightful presentation, and I would like to ask, the presentation notes that technological adoption often depends on factors such as performance expectancy, social influence, and facilitating conditions. How can educational institutions and professional bodies work together to create a supportive ecosystem that strengthens these adoption drivers among future accountants? Thank you.
Okay, so you want to have a look on the barrier of adoption, is it, Julie? Have you met me before, Julie? No, I don't think so, right?
What?
No, I mean, I just joking. So you want to know about how we deal with or how we give or how we touch these four main factors, is it? Performance expectancy, report expectancy, social influence, and facilitating condition. how the government, you say the government, is it? Was it? How the government can touch this kind of factors, or can provide, can support this kind of factors? Is it the question?
Julie, can you repeat your question, please, with a short and precise sentence? Yeah. Because our speaker cannot catch the long questions because of maybe the connection problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound barrier, I think. It's
Can
not
you make
really
it
clear.
shorter, please?
I think Julie talked about four main factors of digital adoption. First, performance expectancy, report expectancy, social influence, and facilitating conditions. What I want to know is what sort of the question? Is it about the how government and institution deal to gain this kind of factors, or what? Titi? Titi, you still with me? Sorry, Titi, Julie.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the time is also limited, Julie.
Okay, maybe we just go through. Okay, we just go through. So how this can be bringing on? Yeah, I mean like that one. How we can bring it on this kind of performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facilitating condition. So actually, we can learn from what have done from all of those application builder, where they try to build a network with the community, especially to have sort of feedback on how the apps been performed in the real world. That's how we deal with the performance expectancy. Regarding the effort expectancy, so it's all about the ease of use. So it means that we should know how the best way to using the digital tools. Even the easiest tools need to be educated, especially if it's a brand new thing. So the role of the educators, the role of the facilitators is a must for the new technology. So who's the facilitator? It could be you, it could be student, it could be a university student while they're doing the, what we call it, magang. So instead of just working in the sort of kind of the office, maybe they can introduce this kind of apps to the society, to the SME, to the UMKM, for example. So they can be as a facilitator, so introducing and to educate people how to use the simplest things, the simplest tools of the financial. For social, the third one, the social influence. Adoption grows when trusted peers and adores the tool. So we need to have people who can endorse this, the reputable one, the influence one. So everyone can be an influencer. So we need to have someone who are adored or respectful by the communities, for example. So this kind of the strategy been used by the builders, the app builders. And the last one, facilitating conditions. Ongoing support and infrastructure are necessary for the continuous of use. Of course, first, the law of enforcement, especially for accounting, the lack of financial literacy, one of the causes is the policy, the law of enforcement regarding the policy. Maybe it's getting better right now, but it's still, as I said at the beginning, at the first context, that 80-something% has already has been exposed by the financial services, but only less than 50% that have a good financial literacy. So even the government are doing on it and or deal with it, but still need to have a lot to work on. Regarding infrastructure, of course, we cannot deny that digital infrastructure still ongoing process in Indonesia right now. So, yeah, we need to work on it. I think that's all. That's all that I can say.
Thank you.
It answered it answered your question. And yeah, Julie, you need to work on it if you have this kind of desires.
Yeah. We hope that answer your question, Julie. Yeah, Julie, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the explanation, Sir
Yeah.
Zulfikar. I'm sorry about the connection.
Okay, no problem. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, that I'm afraid we are in the ending of the Q&A session, and we are heading to closing today's conference. Zulfikar, maybe you have 1 minute to say something before we close.
Yeah, what I want to say is there's a lot of apps that can be flying on for a student, for example. I mean, especially for student and us as educators. So we can go through to all of those apps and maybe pick one of them to be introduced within our class, or encourage our small environment within the class to using it, to start using it and practice of using it. So it's part of the empowering the next generation of accountant with those tools. And then we can give them the notion of skills and mindset that may need to thrive in the ever-evolving digital landscape like we face right now. Thank you very much, Pak Wahyudi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
For powerful closing today. And come back soon, yeah. Good luck with your study.
Thank you. Thank
Do
you very
your
much.
thesis. Thank you. We need your expertise to be applied here in Polnet. We hope.
Hopefully, I will back soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Zulfikar.
Thank you, Pak Ali. Thank you. Looking forward for you to be here.
Yeah, yeah. Wait for me, please.
In the end of our session today, and that's conclude our final session. Now we are moving to the closing of today's conference. Bapak Ibu, ladies and
Congratulations, Mr. Julfikar.
on behalf of the organizing committee, I like to extend our deepest gratitude to all of our keynote speakers, Dr. Usman, Dr. Nella, Miss Ika, Dr. Siti, and Zulfika for their invaluable contributions. And we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the head of accounting department, Politeknik Pontianak, Ibu Dr. Yani Riani, and our deepest gratitude, of course, to the director of Politeknik Pontianak, Pak Dr. Widodo PS. And also we like to thanks to the Ikatan Akuntansi Indonesia, Ikatan Akuntan Indonesia, Kalimantan Barat branch for the support. We also thank to all participants in this room and also in online via Zoom for your active engagement throughout this session. And we would like to remind that we will continue this session with what you call it, plenary session, right? And it will be on October 20 to the 22nd to 23rd of October 2025, and it will be held online, right? Virtual, online. And for the information, you can access on our website as stated or written in our event flyer. So don't miss the opportunity to get to hear from more outstanding speakers, more information, more knowledge, and we invite you to take part in the interact and the plenary session. So we look forward to your participation. We would like to apologize for any shortcomings or any technical issues that we may have occurred during this conference today. And thank you once again. Thank you for being part of this conference, and we look forward to seeing you at our plenary session. And then I would like to hand this session back to Ms. Hedy. Hello, Ms. Hedy, our Master of Ceremony. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Right, maybe we can have a round of applause once again for Mr. Dr. Wahyudi. Thank you so much, Dr. Wahyudi, for bringing us today to have a very productive session. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we have finally come to the end of the conference, the second International Vocational Conference. On behalf of Accounting Department, Politeknik Negeri Pontianak, we would like to say thank you very much for all of the participants' active participation today. I am Veronica Hendy signing off, and I wish all the things of the discussions we have learned and heard throughout today's conference be able to see and influence the future of accounting in a digital world. So, good afternoon, and maybe see you next time. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Ya kan 2 kali di closing statement ada secara informal. Iya, informal makanya.